Welcome to Daddy's Tall Tales and Random Thoughts. Today we're going to review the game called Dragonwood. It's actually kind of a cool game. It's a lot of fun. Now this game has a few more rules than we're accustomed to. Like the game we reviewed, Gnomes, had like almost no rules. We really like that one. This one has a few extra rules. Normally we would just take the rules and throw them away because who needs those? But we're going to keep them handy there just in case. When you open the box too, of course, they actually have this little brochure or pamphlet in there to encourage you to buy more games and spend more money, because that's what everybody should do, spend all their money. So in this game, the object of the game is to get as many of these Dragonwood cards, which is called the landscape. So what you're going to do first, after you open up the box and get the cards out, you're going to have these cards, which are called adventure cards, and then you have these Dragonwood cards, which you want to capture. And there's a number on the bottom of each and every one. And I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes. So, once you open it up, you're going to find 2 dragon cards inside the green back deck. What you want to do is take them out first. And then what you want to do is just spread just 5 cards. I know you can count that high. 5 cards out in front of you. And then after that, you're going to take these 2 Dragonwoods and your dragons, and you're going to just kind of shovel them into the bottom half of the deck there, just something like that, you know. I'm not very good at shuffling, I'm not a card shark. And then you put them right there, because you're going to need more of these. You're going to need more of these as these get gobbled up. Then deal out 5 cards to each one of your players, and today we have one of my beautiful daughters, and then we have Frankenstein again, and we have Paula the polar bear with us. So make sure you have beverages. We have our drink juice boxes here, and make sure when you drink, don't poke your eye with it. Glasses are more for safety than anything. So everybody can pick up their cards. Frankenstein, Paula, Trinity, pick up your cards. See what you got. So there's also there's a little wee turn summary card. So it's nice to have those spread out. There's only 2 of them, but you can share with your friends. So what you want to do is, in this game, you have 2 things you can do in each turn. You can either draw a card from this pile here. Sorry, not this pile, that's the Dragonwood. This pile, the red back cards. Those are the adventure cards. Those are important because they all have numbers on them. And they're a color. So, and we're going to tell you about that in a second. So in your hand, you'll get cards like this. So in my hand, I was dealt a ladybug. Ladybugs are good because what happens is you put your ladybug card down and you get to draw 2 more cards. Now the thing is, with drawing cards, you can only have a maximum of 9 cards in your hand. If you have more than 9, you have to put a card down in the discard pile. So what you want to do is you want to have as many colored cards as you want to try and collect as many of those, or the same number. So in here, because the reason why I say that, you got these things called strike, stomp, and scream. So to strike something, you have to have numbers in a row. So you'd have to have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or stomp, then you have to have the same number. So you have to have a bunch of 4s or 5s or whatever. And scream, you have the same color. So you could have a whole bunch of green cards. You can collect as many as you want. It's better, the more the better, because you have to roll these dice, and it's based on the number of cards that you have that are corresponding to the strike, stomp, or scream. So in my turn, so you have all these cards. So this is your landscape. So you have to roll a 3, a 2, a 5, or this one here is a magical unicorn. Actually, this one here, we pulled this out. So if you pull up these magical cards, you got to do them right away. So it says here, add 1 point to capture all attempts. So at the bottom here you would have 8, 6, or 8, 6, or 8. So that's for the strike, you have to have 8 points. Stomp, you have to have 6, and for scream, you have to have 8. And that's the points you get by rolling these dice, and that corresponds to the number of cards corresponding to the stomp, strike, or scream. So here, if I wanted to, let's see, if I had to scream, that's all the colors. So I have 2 here. And say I wanted to roll for these crazy bats. right there. That gives me 1 point. So, but the odds of the game, remember, is to get as many points as you can. But because I'm a risky guy, I like adventure, I could take 2 dice and try and roll a 3 in a screen. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put those right there. But the catch is, if I don't, I got to take 2 dice because I put 2 cards down. If I don't roll a 3, I have to leave one of those cards there and put the other one back in my own pile. Okay? So I'm going to put them down. I'm going to risk. I'm going to see what I can get. So let's see. There, I got 4. So I got 2 2s. And I can count to 4. So that means that's above 3. So I get to keep that card. Now I have 1 point. Once you do that, you have to put another card to replace that. There's always got to be 5 in this row. So, anyways, maybe Trinity, you would like to try a roll, or try your turn and see what you got. Just to give these guys an idea, better idea how to play.
Yeah. Well, also on your turn, you can pick up a card. So, I mean, I might want to do that because I don't have any. I don't have any cards that would be good for striking, stomping, or screaming.
Okay. So if you pick up a card, is that the end of your turn then?
Yep.
And so then it would be Frankenstein's turn.
Yep.
Okay. So Frankenstein would go, but he's having trouble holding things up today. So, see, Frankenstein. Oh, look at that. He got a ladybug. So he puts that down. He picks up 2 more cards. So he got 2 more cards. But see, Frankenstein's not as risk taker as I am. So he's got a couple of oranges, or he could have 2 8s, or he could have a 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, look at that. So see, actually that's pretty good. So see, he's got a 7, 8, 9, 10, and it does not have to be in the same color. So he's a bit of a risk taker, but he would take 4 of the dice because he's got 4 of the cards, and he would say, you know what? If you got numbers in a row, that's a strike. So at the top of the cards here, you see there's the strike with the little sword. So he could roll a 7 and he'd get that hungry bear, which is 3 points. Or he could try it here, which is 14 points, but you'd have to have 14 on the dice, and you'd get 5 points. But that's pretty risky. I think he should go for the pack of wolves, because that's only a 6. So all he has to do is take the dice, roll those 4 dice, and look at that. So he's got 4 plus 3 and 3 that's 10. He's got 11 points. So he gets to keep that card. That's in his pile over there. So then Paula would go and she would do the same thing. So see, I hope that kind of explains how to play the game. If you have any questions and you don't believe what we're telling you, just pick up these things, the instructions, or even better yet,